Today is June 13th, 2021. My name is Charles Suter, and today I'm presenting part 2 of my new series, Win with Discipline. My main message: mental discipline can be learned by conditioning. In my first presentation on discipline, I concluded that discipline is 1. A force multiplier for achieving a satisfying, life-enhancing life. Number 2, most people have too little discipline, which might explain why so many people are dissatisfied with their life. And 3, discipline can be learned through a conditioning process. To overcome the natural tendency to avoid work, even to gain valuable rewards, one must develop the habit of discipline to do what needs to be done when it needs to be done. This presentation continues to focus on ways to build and strengthen your personal discipline, to strive with greater resolve to improve the quality of your life without the burdens of internal conflict and resistance, without hesitation and procrastination, and without the enduring physical and emotional distress. Proposition 1. Discipline gets easier with the right conditioning. For example, children have no discipline until they are trained or socialized. The more discipline is practiced in small ways, the stronger it grows. Discipline is a balance between too much and too little self-indulgence. If discipline can be conditioned through learning and the building of positive habits, then the first step is to acknowledge that the more self-discipline you have, it is a good personal characteristic to develop because it is the means to a better life. A better life is, however, you define it, but it will not be given to you. You must earn a better life through discipline. All good things in life must be earned through the discipline of doing whatever must objectively be done to create it. If you procrastinate instead of doing the work that needs to be done, you will not have what you want. Hesitation and procrastination may very well be due to a lack of motivation when the rewards are perceived as too small relative to the resistance to doing the work. Note that too big or too small is all relative to your values. Thus, one remedy to overcoming procrastination is supplementing your primary motivation for living a greater than life by either increasing the perceived rewards or adjusting downward the work required to earn those rewards. Without adjustment in the work-reward balance, subconscious resistance wins, and the life goal is usually abandoned. Once the work-reward balance is adjusted favorably, then the next step is to stop procrastinating and shift the desire for the goal to the desire to get started. Thus, another approach for building good discipline and good habits is to intentionally schedule the work that needs to be done to gain a valuable outcome, and then intentionally proceed to take the first easy step to get started without waiting for the Spirit to move you. So here is the principle. Choose what you want, schedule the first step, and then get started. Proposition 2. Forget your deliberations and hesitations. Just get into action sooner. Spend less time thinking and more time doing. When in doubt as to the right thing to do, take some action to get some insights as to what is the right thing to do. Never forget, action and only actions bring you closer to valuable life-enhancing outcomes. People subconsciously sabotage themselves by overthinking the job at hand, overestimating the trials and tribulations of doing the work, and they simply talk themselves out of doing the work. The best way to scope the work involved is to take a test run, if for no other purpose than to find out what's involved. If you want to find a way to increase the benefits of a goal, and are ways to decrease the work required to gain those benefits, take a test run. The best way to get innovative ideas is to begin the work and then think about simplifying and improving while doing. As you get involved with the details of the work, you will usually find additional benefits that can be added or labor-saving shortcuts not previously seen. Only by doing the work or by conducting trial runs will you grow smarter about the goal you seek as you grow more familiar with the job at hand. Finally, once you begin, even with the easiest first step, the momentum will often keep you going as you discover that the work is not as laborious as you had previously imagined. Proposition 3. With discipline, you deliberately try harder to create positive outcomes. Thinking about doing something gets no work done. Only physical work produces physical results. Life gets better when you try harder and you work smarter. Whenever you become disappointed or disillusioned with your life, this is probably a signal that you are not getting sufficient levels of benefits or rewards relative to your current life habits. To get more out of life, you must change how you go about living your life. You have the choice of being contentedly lazy but living a meaningless life, or being fully engaged in creating the life you want and living a meaningful life. You define yourself, the quality of your life, by the amount of rewards you are willing to work for. There's a natural correlation between the effort you make to create the life you want and living the life you want. So if you want a more rewarding and meaningful life, then you must be willing to work harder and smarter than you are now. Discipline is just a matter of choosing how rewarding the life you want to live, finding relevant, rewarding goals, adjusting the reward-work balance, and then committing to following through on that commitment. Willpower is short-lived, but discipline can be strengthened over time by developing proactive habits, as future presentations will demonstrate. My final message: more gets done with discipline than mere thinking about doing. As I've already mentioned, willpower for everyone is limited and relatively fixed, but discipline can be learned by developing a few conditioning habits. Develop slowly over time. The better you understand the work for reward concept, the easier it becomes to develop the discipline needed to overcome the natural inertia to avoid work. So find an opportunity that can add value to your life, outline a plan, take the first easy step to get over the inertia and to build momentum. That's all for now. Remember to stay positive. You'll be happier, healthier, and live longer.